Hi everybody, welcome to the South Australian Sports Show. I hope you can stay with us for the next hour. Rob Popplestone is on holidays. The big fella Barnsley's jumped into the seat. Barnsley, how are you?
Very, very well, General.
Plenty to talk about, mate. Now, I want to ask you, mate, you're a Mad Crows fan. Can you help me through the Lever, McGovern, players signing, but we're not talking contracts? I'm just a little confused.
Yeah, obviously the club's keen to talk contracts because they signed up 4 youngsters. They're not talking, are they? So it looks like they're gone. If you're a betting man, you'd say they're out the door, and hopefully they can just do what they haven't been able to do in the past and get the best deal for them. All
right, so who do you think would stay? Lever, McGovern, or both gone?
Gone.
Gone.
Gone. They're gone. They're not... The Lever's probably the most disappointing one because at the start of the year he said he wanted to play at the Crows. He said he just wanted to put off his contract talk to the CBA was finalised. That's been done and dusted, and now he's talking to other clubs. So if he leaves, he's in the Kurt Tippett category for mine. Yeah, don't come back to this state ever again.
I'm a little bit more sympathetic. I think his intentions, young kid, I thought he thought, yep, he's staying, and then suddenly the offers became too big for him. I think once the agreement was done, suddenly they've jumped from, say, 50,000 to 300,000 extra a year, and he's gone, wow, I wasn't expecting that. So yeah, I'm a little bit more sympathetic. Mate, I want to ask you about the greatest athlete of all time, Usain Bolt. An unbelievable athlete, no question. Unfortunately, at the World Championships, loss to Gatlin in the 100 metres. Then in the 4x100, went down with a hamstring injury. 2004 Olympics, just a little history for the viewers on Usain Bolt. 2004, he ran in Athens, was just in the 200 metres, finished 5th in the qualifying. That was it. So he wasn't one of those athletes that turned up, started winning gold medals. Comes in 2008, runs a 9.69, which was then the fastest 100 metres of all time. He then ran a 9.63, 2012. 2016 in Rio, he won it in 9.81. His fastest time ever is 9.53 indoor. So he's a phenomenal athlete. Loses to Gatlin in the 100 metres, who's been caught twice for drug cheating. 2 strikes and you should get 3. 1 strike, you should be out. No strikes. What's your feeling on drug cheats?
I didn't catch him a 3rd time. Look, you're probably talking about one of the most hated sportsmen of modern time against the most loved. So it's never going to end well if, sort of good versus evil in the way that good's lost this one, haven't they? So disappointing from Usain Bolt. I mean, Gatlin's, the rules are there. Like, if he should be rubbed out, he should be rubbed out.
But I'm asking you, should you get 2 chances? Should you get 1? Should you get 3? Or where do you sit with that for track athletes?
Yeah, I'd probably sit on the fence in track athlete.
What about footy then? You're a footy tragic. What do you reckon you should get for footy? If you get caught 2-3 times, how many warnings in footy do you think you should get?
Performance-enhancing drugs, I mean, you've probably got 0 tolerance. I mean, you don't even drink alcohol, do you? So you would be one for 0 tolerance. Most people would be, but they're letting him come back and race. That's the thing we're all puzzled, going, why has he got 2 strikes and he's still allowed to race? I mean, that's the thing where we're still going, why is this happening? So,
all right, let me ask you about Sally Pearson. Then she wins gold in the 100 metres. Of course, she's won gold at the Olympic Games, but she's had 2 years where she's been injured, battled injuries, comes back and is just an animal in the 100 metres. And you talk to the people that know her and they either like it or they don't. Yet as a country, I don't feel we've embraced Sally Pearson. It's not like we don't like her, but we kind of like her, but she doesn't...
Oh, I love her. I reckon she's fantastic.
But do you feel that, though? That most of the Australian public haven't embraced her as a superstar on the track. She's won more medals now than Kathy Freeman. But if you talk about it, most people go, oh, we love Kathy. Kathy's great. Madeline Boyle was fantastic. Marge Jackson was fantastic. Glenys Nunn, those names kind of resonate. Sally doesn't fall into that group for some reason.
Well, track and field's one of those events where we watch the Olympics less now, and it's a bit like swimming. People only ever watch the swimming when the Olympics on, and then we carry on like we're the biggest swim fans ever. I don't know too many people heading down to the local aquatic centre on a Saturday watching the 50 metres free. So it's one of those things where people jump on it when the Olympics on and we don't watch it any other time. Those names that you mentioned, you're clearly showing your age, mate.
No, but I'm just saying across the journey they've been embraced by Australia. All right, let's talk about, are we getting too stereotyped? Do we just need to be all yes sir, no sir, 3 bags full sir? Or can we be like Joe Danaher and have a bit of character when we play?
Everyone loves Joe Danaher. I can't think of anyone that would say a bad word about him. I love what he did to Rory Atkins on the weekend. That's good sportsmanship, mate. You're out there to have fun. You're out there to have a good time. You don't have to go out there to hit blokes behind play.
All right, mate, we need to find out what's happening in the Winter Sport Update. Dave Webb's been good enough to let us know what's happening. Dave?
Thanks, Phil. Before we get into the finals action for this weekend, Rugby Union served up an appetiser for this weekend last weekend with Burnside taking on Brighton in the final game of the Coopers Premier Grade season. The game was close throughout and ended in time on when Brighton charged down a kick, scoring a try, ending Burnside's hopes of an unbeaten season. Have a look.
Here comes the ball from Ashby, and Brighton will put a shove on. They made a mess of it. Still not gone out yet. Thompson, it's been charged down! And he's over, and there's a try! With the charge down, and the try is given.
From that game, Burnside will lose Fraser Green, who fractured a cheekbone, and Brighton will miss out on the services of Mark Elborn with an Achilles injury, and Aaron Coleman, who's questionable about possibly getting knocked out. Tomorrow we'll see Burnside take on Brighton, and Sunday we'll see Onkaparinga take on Old Coles in a repeat of the 2016 Grand Final. Both games will be live on the Rugby Union and South Australia Facebook page. On to the IFC Cup with the NRLSA, with the minor semi-finals between the Central District Roosters and the Western District's Warriors taking place last weekend. The first half was tight, with both teams exchanging tries, with the Roosters going up with a narrow 20 points to 18 lead into half-time. Second half saw the Roosters start to run away with the game, pushing out to a 46 to 24 lead. The final 10 minutes saw the Warriors coming home with a wet sail, getting to within 6 points. However, their comeback was halted after a forward pass in the dying minutes, bringing their 2017 campaign to an end. In the IFC Cup major semi-final, the 2016 champions and new minor premiers, the Southern Bulldogs, took on the new boys from the Adelaide Hills Tigers. The Bulldogs started well with 2 unanswered tries, but the Tigers fought back to go into the major break leading 16 points to 12. The second half was a close affair, but the Tigers took the ascendancy, scoring 2 tries. As the game reached its conclusion, the Bulldogs managed to bring it to within 4 points, and after the siren, scored the try to even the game. Unfortunately, nerves got the better of their kicker and he missed it, taking the game into golden point extra time. The Tigers had a chance to book their ticket into the grand final, but the field goal attempt was unsuccessful. Later on in the game, the Bulldogs halfback kicked ahead, and he was obstructed while chasing it through. He slotted his own penalty to advance the Bulldogs to the big show. The Tigers will face the Roosters at Mitchell Park Reserve on Sunday. The Roosters will want to win that one to go into their 6th straight grand final. You can catch all the Winter Championships action live with the Rugby Union South Australia Week 1 of the finals will be on the Rugby Union South Australia Facebook page, and head to NRLSA Facebook to see the outcome of the IFC Cup preliminary final. I've been Dave Webb, that's you all caught up. Thank you very much, and back to the boys.
Terrific. Thanks for that, Dave. Coming up on the show, mate, with the big show, Tate Casler's going to join us. Of course, the defensive specialist at the Crows. Bevan Jones in for his AFL tips. I know you love that part, mate. Riley Cox is heading off to the Uni Games in Taiwan, 10,000 metre runner. Craig Warman, of course, Southern Footy League in for a chat as well. Michelle Dendecker, plenty coming up on the show. Stay with Barnsey and myself. Back in a moment.